Buenos días, raza. Es martes, raza. Espero que su día haya empezado rodeados de su familia y con una tacita de café bien tapadita. Good morning, everybody. I hope your Tuesday started with a nice cup of coffee and a donut on the side. Let me tell you that yesterday, me and my sisters and my brother, we took a little trip. It was a necessary trip. One of those trips that you don't really want to make, but the Bible does say a few things about this, and I am going to read it. And it was a trip because my brother has been married 45 years to our sister-in-law, and her mother passed away. So we made a trip to see her and be there for her and show her that we are there for her at this time. And her sisters, her family is a very big family. They've been in our family, joined to our family for over 45 years. And I say over 45 years because we used to all work together, and then my brother married her. So we met them before they got married. So we went over there to spend some time with the family. The funeral arrangements are being done and everything for her mom. But, we went there to be with the family as a support system and to let them know that, hey, we're here. We know what you're going through. We went through it 9 years ago when our mom passed away. And we were blessed. Our mom was in her 70s, and their mom was in her 80s. So our mothers lived long lives, and that is a blessing to every family when you can enjoy your parents for the long term. Our dad died young, but our mom, she lasted 30 more years with us. So we appreciate every second that she was with us, and we appreciate all our family, and we stand by them at times like this. Now, in Ecclesiastes 3 on the Bible, it says, everything there is a season. To everything there is a season. And a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. For everything, there is a time. So, God has a time for everything in our life. There's a purpose. Every one of us knows that when we're born, our destiny will be to die. It's just, how long are we going to be here? What kind of a mark are we going to leave to others while we're here? Are we going to leave a mark where they want to remember us? Or are we going to leave a mark where they just don't want to remember us at all? That's what we need to think about when we think about how much time God gave us on this earth. Is it a good time? Is it times where there's more laughter than crying? Is there times when there's a little bit of dancing? Everything has a time and a purpose on earth. It's just what you make of it and what you decide that you're going to do, because God also gave you the free will to choose what you want to do in your life. that's why there's a lot of stuff that is hard to understand when some people can say no to certain things and yes to others, but regardless of all that, we did spend a couple of hours with our sister-in-law and her sisters and family, and we will spend some more hours during the week with them until the funeral and the burial at the end of the week. But there's a time for everything, there's a time for hating, and there's a time for just being quiet. There's a time when you get told to be quiet and you don't, because you're capricious and you want to have things your way. And then you find out that it doesn't work like that. God has given you a time, and other people give you time. But it's what you make of things in your life. For everything that you do in your life, there's always a consequence, and there's always some kind of retribution. We have to be able to recognize that for every action that we take in life, there will be a reaction and a consequence. And are we willing to pay the consequences? Regardless of how long we live here, we always have to pay for our decisions, and we have to follow through as we walk this path that is already made for us, because God knows from the time that we are conceived until the time we die, He knows exactly where our path is leading, but He still lets us choose. So all I can say, people, is, try to live something nice to be remembered by, and not just by being mean or hateful. I can remember my sister-in-law's mom's smile, and she always had funny things to say, her and her dad. But, they were a big family like ours. Well, they were bigger than our family. But there's a lot of memories, when we were little, working in the fields and stuff. And everybody's grown up and has their own careers now. Not everybody is still working the fields. We tried to move on and beyond the working the fields part, and that's part of what we did, and we moved on beyond it. A lot of people don't like it, but hey, we spent more time trying to figure out how to get out of working in the fields than bending the elbow. And I'm not going to say that I don't bend the elbow, because y'all see me when the misters come out, Don Presidente, Jack Daniels, Bucanas, Jimidor, they come out. And I'm not saying that I don't bend the elbow, but I don't bend the elbow every week, and I don't bend the elbow every month neither. Every once in a while I'll bend the elbow. But those are choices that we make in life. We don't stay on the bottle like if it was a milk bottle or a baby bottle. You got to grow from wherever you're at, whatever situation you're coming from. You got to learn how to grow out of that one and go to the next situation that you want in your life. Me, I'm hoping for that South Korean. I'm working towards it. I don't know where I'm going to meet one here in the south of Texas, because they're not here. I think there's a community of South Koreans in Monterrey, Nuevo León. I'm going to go there. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day, because I still have time to plan on that trip to that community in Monterrey. Disfruten el resto de su día, raza, porque para todo hay un tiempo bajo el cielo de Dios.